Simon Woodhouse is a chef on a mission. He's renovating an old fishing boat and has sailed it to France to learn more about French cuisine. His goal is to arrive in Paris and open the boat as a restaurant. This is the story of the floating kitchen. Simon Woodhouse has been in France now for 2 months. He's helped prepare a celebrated fish dish on the eve of Bastille Day in Burgundy.
Such a kick from that wine still.
And to his dismay, discovered it's then cooked in a microwave. But he's made time to get his own kitchen in working order.
240 euros because it's damaged. Well, hey, that suits me.
And cooked a meal for 6 in it for the very first time. And he's had a visit from English chef John Burton Race that didn't quite go to plan.
Simon, I don't get this. I just don't get it.
Mechanical problems have hampered Simon's journey throughout Burgundy. But finally, he's managed to stabilise the engine, and after a week's delay, he's back on the canals. He's heading north for Morvennes. It's an area known for its soft cheeses, mushrooms, and rustic country cooking. He's also ready to take John Burton Race's advice. Get off the boat for a while and get stuck into the food. Simon's arrived in Quarry-le-Temple to do just that. It's a small village oozing charm in the heart of the French countryside. For weeks, he's been on the lookout for the ideal traditional village restaurant.
Bonjour.
Cooking simple food cheaply is easy enough, but Simon's been frustrated every time, until perhaps now.
For the first time, I've actually sat down with a traditional French menu that just smells right, feels right. I've been to village squares where every restaurant around them sells the same menu, and it's all junk.
Simon's starting with grilled goat's cheese on croutons.
This cheese is just lovely. I was actually intrigued enough to ask the question of the waitress. Where's it from? And it's from an abbey, just she put it that way up the road. Cooked like this, it's just melting in the mouth. I'm intrigued.
To follow, Simon's ordered a classic French dish, coq en vin, and there isn't a microwave in sight.
I've got to say, this is really good. I haven't done enough ranting. I haven't done enough saying, this is terrible. I should have been. So I think when you find something good, you should shout about it.
It's just what the doctor ordered. Fresh food cooked simply. And better still, it's G'd Simon up. Now he wants to find out more about the monastery and its wonderful cheese.
I'm heading up to a monastery called the Abbey Pierre Cuvier. We've hopefully got permission to get inside and actually talk and cook. And there's a possibility I'll be cooking for the monks, which is a bit of a culture shock for me because I've never done anything like this before.
The Abbaye La Pierre qui Vit was founded in 1850. It's home to 60 Benedictine monks who pray 6 times a day and eat their meals in silence. Simon's met by their head chef, Frère Yvot. His first priority is to show Simon the spiritual centre of the monastery. This is where the monks come to pray. But Simon isn't quite sure how he should react.
I had a chat as we came through the church. I apologised for not knowing the method of entry to the church where he bowed, and I apologise for my lack of knowledge. He said, oh, it's fine, don't worry, we'll show you anyway. And but we're just happy that you're here and understanding what we do.
The monks have their meals here, and in silence. They eat 3 times a day. Lunch is at 1 p.m. and lasts 40 minutes. It's part of a strict daily routine, punctuated by work, contemplation, and prayers. To get to the kitchen, Simon's taken through a labyrinth of corridors. But before they even get there, Frère Yvot throws him a question.
Qu'est-ce qu'on peut faire donc
pour jeudi?
Pour jeudi. Couscous, c'est une bonne idée.
Oui.
Simon's struggling. he hasn't really had time to think through his menu yet.
Right, I'm in the deep end again. I've got 72 people to cook for, 72 people to cook for on Thursday. Today's Tuesday, and I'm sat in the office and I've got to come up with a menu for Thursday. And Frau Yvonne needs to know now. What I've asked is that I can spend some time and just get the feel of the place and the feel of the monks and see what they normally eat, and maybe get a feel for what they've been eating up to now, so I can do something different as a present on Thursday.
Catering for monks is going to be unlike anything else Simon has tackled before on this trip. Banging plates of food out in double quick time is going to need some organising.
I was so surprised when I arrived here that it's so modern down here. It's a good kitchen to work. I can see that's plenty space, there's plenty heat. It's big pans, and I'm used to cooking for thousands of people in a big event catering. You can actually still do good food for those sort of numbers.
But it's not going to be straightforward. The monks are vegetarian and used to a simple diet. Everything here is tinned or frozen. And of course, Simon wants to use fresh ingredients.
I think they've got it frozen. I know there's a reason for that. It's cost effective and it makes sense for them with deliveries. But so let's see what I can do to cheer them up.
In the meantime, he wants to experience as much of life in the monastery as he can. Feeling a part of their community, if only for a few days, might help him reflect more on his own goal of opening his floating restaurant when he arrives in Paris. The next morning, and Simon's up at 5 a.m. One of the fresh ingredients he wants to use is the goat's cheese. He's come to a farm run by the monastery to see how it's made.
I don't believe you can come to France without looking at cheese. I mean, it's such a massive part of the diet and the culture. It's what you first think about in France sometime, well, after the wine, maybe. Trouble is, it's 6 in the morning. I'm not quite on all 6 cylinders yet. There they come.
The line-up's impressive. These goats can produce 2 litres of milk a day.
Hello, girl.
The goats aren't sure about Simon's cold hands, and Simon's not sure about the goats either.
There we go. It's been quite a remarkable turn of events to be here, squeezing a goat at this time in the morning. I've got to say, I couldn't conceive of putting that in my lips right now. I don't like milk, and the thought of warm milk, no, I'm a cheese fan. That's how the professionals do it. Cool.
As the milking carries on, the next step in the process is in the farm's cheese laboratory. The milk is about to be pumped into the lab from the milking shed. And Simon has to make sure it goes into large vats for fermenting. All he has to do is stick his hand up to the man across the road when the vats are getting too full.
Revenge.
All that hard work with the goats, and half of it's ended up on the floor.
I forgot the wave to stop the water flow when I flooded the kitchen. I'm glad I got my little slippers on.
A fermenting agent is now added to the milk to let it curdle.
The culture, the stuff we want is there. That's the result of the bacteria. This is the liquid we're going to squeeze out. We'll pour them over the floor.
Finally, the cheese is moulded. The salt is added, and it's left to mature for only 2 days.
Cheese making's that easy. I thought we had to compress that to squeeze the liquid out of it, but no, it just sits there till tomorrow. The liquid drains away. It drops down into the bottom of the mould there with the holes in it. Gets turned out. Jobs are good. Cheese making, done.
The goat's cheese will be part of Simon's salad that he's going to serve to the monks. But he's got to find something to go with the fish he's planning. Mushrooms for a start. Time for a very long walk in the woods. The last thing Simon wants to do is actually buy mushrooms. He wants to find them here, the hard way.
And this is classic mushroom territory to me.
Simon's used to picking his mushrooms in the New Forest and knows where to go, but this is unfamiliar territory to him.
There's seps on the market now, I've seen them in the shops, they're being picked. It's just a case of tuning into where they are. I mean, I could take you to them in the New Forest, but I'm in France.
An hour goes by, and despite Simon's selfless dedication, the mushrooms he's after are refusing to make an appearance.
There's lots of evidence of mushrooms, it's just trying to find the right ones.
He seems to be finding ones he can't eat.
Oh, it's another nasty and can't be eaten him.
But typically, Simon isn't about to give up.
This feels good mushroom territory because it's shady. Hello.
2 hours later, and he's got one.
There we go. We've got a sep. Finally got a sep. But I swear, if I walked around here for another 15 minutes, if I had it, I'd find you something worth eating.
One sep after 4 hours hunting is all Simon's got to show, and that's not going to feed 60 monks. Coming up, Simon tracks down a vegetable paradise in the heart of the country.
Fresh in the market. Fantastic.
Can he deliver lunch for 60 monks on time?
About 20 minutes. Well, they haven't got 20 minutes, they've got 10 minutes.
And how will they react to some of his more adventurous touches in the kitchen?